I summon the game design window. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coiled Quick Card, and welcome back to the RPG Maker project. Last time I got work started on another town that we are going to be visiting later in the game. I was just building like exterior portions, but I got like a graveyard area. I got like a temple built, and I got just some basic stuff on the west side of this river. But today we are back in the town of Chill and the Great Tundra, and we are going to be trying to basically just get all of it finished up today. So that is the goal. I'm just stalling for time right now because my coffee is just about done, and I think I'm going to need it. So, here is my rough to-do list for today. Design all the remaining Chill interiors, just like the outer walls of the interior maps, just so that I have, like, an idea of what I have left to do. Then to actually go in and finish those interiors, I need to create a few significant events. The first one is meeting the next character, Quartus the Space Marine, at their house. Create an event where Quartus joins you. Create an event where you get Prometheum at the Fissure map. Create monsters for the Fissure and the Tundra. Fill Chill with NPCs once all that is said and done. And finally fix the tavern, because I really don't like how the tavern looks. And honestly, I'm just gonna focus on this right now. This is just a terrible, ugly design, and I really don't like it. Okay. We've already got NPCs designed. So what I want to do is make stuff here a lot denser. So like there's gonna be a table here, and then like basically a table right here, and then like right on the other side of this wall. And then like another one right here, and then one more right there. So we're gonna make this a lot more dense. And then just like I don't know, back here can be like sort of a little like storage area, I suppose. Just like some crates, barrels, put that there. What can go on top of this little table here? How about there. That works. Okay. Nope, not that one. I actually want, like, good-looking stools and chairs for this. There we go. Alright, we really, really want this whole area to feel very, very dense. Like, a lot of stuff goes on here. This place is just constantly, like, full of people. And I really, really want it to feel that way. There we go. And just a few of the NPCs. You can go here. You can go here. You can go there. You can go here. You can go there. And you can go there. So just throw a few more things on top of the tables, and this inn is just going to look so much better. Let's see. On this table, let's have a couple bottles and a couple wine glasses. There we go. And this should still leave everything accessible, which is another, like, big important part of this. And there we go. And this person can have a plant on their desk. Perfect. Alright, so that is one thing off of the list. The tavern has been fixed. So, what buildings do I already have? This building is the Inn and Tavern. We've got that. This is the Carpenter's Shop. We need that. So, we're going to make it a bit wide. This is going to be the crafting shop. The armor shop, we have the magic shop, we have the Pepsi shop, we have... going up here, we've got the bathhouse. We've got the weapon shop. In complete honesty, I think I need to cut down on the number of interiors here. So we're just going to, like, have no door here. That takes care of that whole building. This is going to lead into Quartus's area, so that's... No, this is going to be Quartus's area, so that's fine. These two are also not going to have doors accessible from the outside. Scaling back the town is honestly just the most simple way of making sure I can actually get all of this done. Let's see. So this is going to be Quartus's house here. And we're just going to make that like a 16 by 16 space. And this is just going to be Quartus's home. That's fine. This is interior Quartus home. We're going to have sci-fi interior. So the crafting shop is basically accessed from the center. So we can knock that out easily, and we're using a pretty consistent theme for the design. So there is our crafting shop. There we go. Quartus's home, on the other hand, we're going to go for like an immediately different style of construction. There we go. And I think that works for the floor. And then for the actual walls, we want them to be a bit bigger. Hello there, Light. And for the carpentry shop, we're going to go with like wooden floors. And a nice simple wood panel back. Okay, and that takes care of finishing the... Whoops, not that one. That takes care of designing the walls of the remaining interior maps. Alright, I'm going to step away for just a sec, because I need my coffee tonight. There we go. Ah. Of course, this music is not entirely appropriate for designing the town. So let's actually have the music that plays in this town. Oh, whoops. Okay. So I also need to make sure that all of my interiors have their BGS selected, which I do not think I did with every map, and I know I didn't do with my latest map. Okay, no. Apparently I was on top of this for literally all except my last two maps. Good to know that I'm actually paying attention. Okay, next task. We need these areas in Chill to connect to where they are actually supposed to go. So you no longer go to Spire Town, you now go to the crafting shop. And you now go to Quartus's home. And screw it, we're going to, actually, hold on. We're actually just going to have an NPC here. We're going to go for like a generic guard. Okay. And this faceless guard is just going to say, access to the furnaces is prohibited to regular folk. Okay. It's dangerous down there. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's take a look. Make sure Chill is working. The streets are looking good. Those are the unfinished areas of the map. And up through here. Yep. Malter Might joins the team. Or leaves the team. Okay. That looks fine. Do I have cursor on? Yes, I do. Good. Alright. Oh, yeah. This inn looks so much better now that it's a lot denser, a lot more tightly packed. That is That is so much better. Okay. Does the inn work? Okay. Inn works with full recovery. We got 2 rooms. We got a good-looking map. The armor shop works fine. We got the furnaces running. The magic shop. Okay, not bad. Hazard-proof roots. This guy sells... What does he say? Dragon bones? We've got a... Yep. We've got the magic-selling witch. We've got the powerful spell-casting staves. We got the bathhouse. Looking good. Which is currently not operational. Okay. We have the weapon shop. Good. We got the Pepsi shop. Okay. We've got the furnaces blocked. And we have the interior to the crafting place done, although I forgot to add a way to actually leave them yet. That's fine, though. Oh. Yep, a shop fully dedicated to Pepsi, as fits this world. Alright, let's add the exits. The Chilltown crafting shop goes there. Okay. Alright, let's adjust our music again. There we go. Ooh, not bad. Okay, so I want this door to look different. There we go. And this door doesn't even do anything if you can reach it. And now I am going to take this tortilla chip and eat it! That was definitely the right choice. Okay. Honestly, we are just about done with the interiors. We only have two buildings to finish. Let's take this save point. And we're going to move it into the inn right there. And then I think it's a good idea to have one when you leave the mines. And it's probably a good idea to have one when you go into the fissure. Okay. To reach shield, just follow the road. Be careful. Monsters lurk in the snowy wilderness. That's fine. Okay. This is going to apply areas where you can find monster encounters. And definitely want there to be monster encounters if you stray too far from the roads. That's sort of the entire idea here. No, that's close enough to town. We don't need any monsters there. This whole area needs to be more thoroughly finished. Okay. There we go. Just red that whole area. There we go. Perfect. So all the red areas are places where monsters can appear. So that is taken care of. Now we want to take this guy away from there. And we're going to put that into crafting. So who looks like a carpenter or a craftsman? This guy could be a carpenter or a craftsman. Whew. That is strong coffee. Yeah, this guy. Would you like to do some crafting? Then we'll have yes or no. The default is on choice 1, cancel is choice 2. That is correct. Yes. Go to yes. This only happens if the Prometheum has been gotten. And we basically want 2 copies of that event. The last one, only when the self switch is turned on. This first one will turn on the self switch, and he's going to explain the crafting. Okay. With the furnaces running at full power again, I can finally go back to offering up this place for do-it-yourself crafting. Honestly, we'll just copy that so we have the face. Do you want to know how crafting works? And we have a choice, yes, no. Okay, so if you say no, then it just goes into that. If you say yes, he'll say, crafting is done by combining two materials together to create an item. It could be a consumable, a piece of equipment, or just about anything else. For example, let me actually bring up my reference sheet. There we go. My crafting table that we worked on a while back. Steam bombs. For example, if you combine bubbling water with a flavor packet, you can create your own healing sodas. Not very great ones, but it's still better than nothing. And if you combine two bubbling water together, you can create a steam bomb to help you escape from battles. Okay. And he'll be like, what do we got here? Ugh. Got to adjust my chair here. Here, you can have these to try it out. Okay? And then you received 2 bubbling... Let's just make it 3. Nah, 2's fine. You received 2 bubbling water and 2 flavor packets. No. These crafting recipes are absolutely 100% scientifically accurate. Everybody knows that if you take, like, some bubbling water and you combine it with bottle cap ore, you end up with a very lightweight suit of chainmail. That's just logic. And then a couple item commands. For 2 bubbling water. And 2 flavor packets. Okay. There we go. And then he'll ask if you want to do some crafting. And if you do, it goes to the crafting interface. And the crafting interface first records your direction and then teleports you to the crafting interface. Where on Earth is the crafting interface? There it is. And then in the crafting interface, would you like to leave the crafting menu? If you select yes, then it takes you out, disables the second ingredient check, and sets the crafting value back to 0. Just like it should. Okay. But of course, this is all stuff he only does after you've got the Prometheum back to the city. Hello, Nebfer! Welcome to the stream. We are doing what we can to try and finish up the Town of Chill and the Tundra map tonight. By the way, how are my audio levels? They should be okay. If you haven't gotten the Prometheum, then instead what he says is, with the furnaces in town running so low, a lot of our usual services have had to be scaled back. My do-it-yourself crafting facility was unfortunately labeled as non-essential. I hope that things go back to normal soon. Okay, there we go. So that's without the Prometheum, with the Prometheum, and then with the Prometheum after the first interaction. Perfect. Alright, now I just have to build the interior. So this is basically supposed to be like a like a workshop. So, furnaces, counters, ovens, there we go. Gonna make this like a very sort of busy space. Lots of various sort of knickknacks hanging around. Okay. Okay. And now just like some random, like, sort of items around here. Like, we got an anvil, and like a tub of water, like, I don't know, some coal. What? Oh, that's meats. That's like meats and garlic. Yeah, we probably don't need like meats and garlic. Put like a platform there. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll have this guy standing behind the counter. Okay. No charge to use the facilities for you fine folk, of course. Okay, there we go. It's not big and fancy. It doesn't look the best, but it's functional. Alright, now Cordis's house. This one is a lot more, How do I do this? What the hell would the home of a space marine look like if he basically got stuck on a primitive planet and was there for like a few centuries? What would the Space Marine's home look like? What would he have? Well, he's not going to have a toilet. Anything he does have is probably going to be pretty big. I don't see why he'd need a bed. I kind of like the idea of going for, like, something a bit more industrial. This big-ass furnace. This is definitely something that, specifically we are dealing with a Salamander Space Marine. So definitely a big-ass furnace. Yeah, weapon racks, that fits. spears, anvils, a bunch of coal, water, hammer and tongs, definitely. You know what? This looks close enough to an Aquila. We'll just pretend that it is one. Oh, an altar, of course. Obviously, no Space Marine worth their salt would not have an altar. Some nice pillars holding it up. Like that. Some nice decoration like that. There we go. A nice fire burning in the furnace. Okay. I think this may work. Okay. Sure. This is good enough, I guess. How about like some piping going to or from the furnace? Piping, yes. Okay. Okay, just like that. Believe me, I wish I had the tools to better represent Space Marines. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay. So, on the wall... There. Put, like, those there. 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 That's a better looking altar, I think. And that does sort of help empty out the space. Alright, so now I have finished all of the chill interiors. So the next thing to do is to create an event here in Quartus's home. Alright, so here is Quartus. And... okay. Alright, I actually need to sort of outline this a bit. So the big pieces of the Quartus event are Quartus is going to leave to get the Prometheum. Prometheum powers the city and makes it prosperous. Quartus does not need your help. Quartus introduces himself. How... Alright, is there any other important piece of information I need to get across? I don't really think there's anything else important. Right, got it. Okay, Quartus introduces himself. Quartus is preparing to help fix the Pepsi grid. Which is why his event is not accessible until after you fix the Pepsi grid and got Maltermite back into your party. Alright, I think that works. So we will have Quartus with stepping animation on. And the first thing he's going to say is, leave me alone. I am preparing to go help fix things at the Pepsi shop. Everything in this place breaks so easily. And not a single Magos in sight to fix them. No, not a single Magos or Servitor in sight to fix them. It is Magos with an O, isn't it? And the Magos, I mean, it really wouldn't be a Magos doing the work. It would be a tech priest, just a regular rank and file text priest. Not a single text priest or servitor in sight to fix them. Okay, that's fine. Then once you have repaired the Pepsi grid, then Malter can be like, I've already fixed the Pepsi portation grid here. And at that point, Cordis will stop the stepping animation, turn off direction fix, and turn toward player. And truly, and thank you. That place is difficult for someone my size to navigate. And this one we're going to have set to direction fix. And Malter will be like, just doing my job. Okay. We're going to actually start this with a bubble. Wait for completion. And we're going to have Granny just be like, he's absolutely is the biggest Veyad I've ever seen. Okay. There we go. Just doing my job, and then Quartus will be like, then I must be on to my next task as well. I must retrieve more Promethium for the furnaces. And we can have a question mark there. Just like that. And And she can be like... Promethium, what's that? And... will be like, it is a fuel used in the furnaces that power this town. Without it, the city cannot maintain its industry efficiently. Okay. And we'll have Granny be like, "Oh, how do I how do I want to broach this conversation?" Trying to think. Do you need any help? And then just sort of to herself. I can't let such a handsome man out of my sight. Whoops. And just be like, I should think not. You are small and weak. You would only get in my way. Okay. And then that's when Quartus is going to leave. So there's two angles that the players could be talking to him from. No, three. You could be talking to him from here, here, or here. So, one move up command which can be ignored if impractical. Set movement route, move up, skip if can't move, wait for completion. And then gather followers. Okay, and then Quartus is going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to leave the room. Whoops, no, we don't need to get on off vehicle. Okay, Quartus is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go transparent. Done. And then this will activate self-switch A, and then there's a self-switch A page, which just makes him invisible when we come back in. And then Thatcher can be like, the nerve of that man. Okay. So that at least gets that event activated, which can move Quartus into the Fisher map, which is where you'll meet up with him. So you'll have to cross the whole tundra, go through here. I don't think having a map there really works. I think it works better if we have a guard. That'll be fine. This will also activate a switch. And this will be a switch for Quartus activated. Okay. That's fine. You are not standing there if Quartus is activated. And you are going to be Fissure Guard. And so the first thing we're going to do in this event when it's activated is have... Come on. It's saved now. Just have Fissure Guard turn toward player. And have the Fissure Guard say... It's dangerous past here. Fissure... dangerous past here. Nobody goes in except for Quartus. Okay, that's fine. Nobody goes in except for Quartus. And then the player will move one spot right away from the guard, which will either take them to here, or if they step there, to here. There we go. Okay, that's fine. We just make a small variant of the event for when you interact with it. The Fissure Guard turns toward the player. And then the player will turn up at the same time. And then leave. That's fine. And then if the Quartus activated switch is on, the character, the guard, moves here. And she'll be like, Quartus passed through here. just a short while ago. If you are with him, it should be all right for you to pass. Okay, that's fine. And then we will have one more version after you've gotten the Prometheum. Let's be like, be careful if you are heading to the fissure. Okay, that's fine. So now we have all the conditions for nothing activated, Quartus activated, as well as the Prometheum retrieved. So I believe that covers all the conditions for that. Which means that we have now finished the Quartus House event. Oh, Quartus introduces himself. That's the one I didn't do. Okay. So just a little bit more dialogue to add to Quartus. Let's throw back on some music while we do that. Okay, so Quartus, drink my coffee. Damn, I've gotten a lot done in only a bit over an hour. That is wonderful news. Okay. I am Quartus. I don't know. I need a Space Marine-y name. I am Quartus. Scout. Something. How are, like, Space Marine regiments organized? Like, what is the actual command structure? Okay. Yes, every chapter is 1,000 Space Marines. Every company is a captain and 100. A squad is led by a sergeant with 9 Marines plus a sergeant. Okay. So, this guy is going to have broken off from a squad, and he occupied a scout position within that squad. So he's going to say he is Quartus, something or other, something or other scout of the Salamanders, I don't know, 7th Company. So, I don't, like, what, how would I have him introduced? Like, how does he represent himself as a scout? Like, referring to a specific duty of a scout? I don't know, Wayward, Lost, Wayward Scout, Lost Scout, I also want, like, a last name. Something Space Marine-y sounding for last name. He is Salamanders, so I suppose it could be a name that he received upon his initiation, or upon, upon completing his initiation. Something kind of flamey. I mean, the more absurd and dramatic I can make it, the better, because this is a Warhammer reference. The 10th company is typically the scout company. Thank you! Okay, that's actually very helpful. So if the 10th company is typically a scout company, then there's no reason for him to specifically clarify himself as a scout, which does make this flow better. Astartes of the Salamanders 10th Company. So now I just need something appropriately fiery and overly dramatic for the name. I need something to serve as a last name that could be come up with by an overly dramatic 14-year-old listening to music in the dark, because life is really difficult and hard. So I mean, I could always just throw in my World of Warcraft references as well and just call them Ashbringer. But I would like to stick with a naming convention that sounds a little more Warhammer-y. Okay, I think I got it. Quartus Costius, deriving from the term caust or caustic, meaning to burn. Quartus Costius. Quartus Costius, Astartes of the Salamanders 10th Company. That feels to me like a way that a Space Marine could introduce themselves to someone who has no clue what the hell a Space Marine is. Name, position, chapter. That feels good for me. What do you think, Nebfer? Or how would you improve or tweak or alter that? It's not really important how the introduction is, but I want it to at least feel vaguely like this is a way that a Marine might actually introduce themselves, assuming that they've basically been stuck on a primitive world for like 4 centuries. And, you know, just waiting to get off of it. Do do do. It feels okay from Salamander's 10th Company. I must be on to my next task, Gazelle. I must retrieve more Promethium for the furnaces. Okay, so Quartus leaves. Quartus is not the one who's going to tell us where he's going. We know that he's going there. We know why he's going there. And other people we can talk to in town are sort of going to expand on like, the actual location that he might have gone to. So that's basically the way that I see this working. Okay. That's fine. So then, down in the fissure, we don't need to add any conditionals to this because you can't access the fissure until you get Quartus. As I looked up various 40k info, it seems most get neophytes. Thank you so much. That's the damn word I was looking for. Thank you. Neophytes. Perfect. I am Cordius Costius, neophyte of the Salamander's 10th Company. That works. Okay. And that sort of fits with him not, you know, behaving full on like a bust down the door and kill everything in a 10-mile radius Space Marine. Alright, let's go into the fissure then. Thank you so much, Nebfer. All right. Quartus is going to be like, what are you doing here? Why have you followed me? My headcanon is that he actually got here not really through warp shenanigans, but through, like, genuine mechanical failure. Of, like, some kind of small craft or transport. And that this area at the bottom of the fissure basically represents, like, what remains of the physical pieces that actually crashed here. Okay, what are you doing here? Why have you followed me? Maul's gonna be like, whoa, calm down there. We're just trying to give you a hand. And Quartus will be like, I do not require your assistance. Nor do I believe you are capable of providing it. And then Thatcher will be like, aw, come on. This place seems pretty dangerous. Surely we can be safer together. And then Quartus do as you wish. But be aware that your lives are not my priority, nor my responsibility. We'll reverse that. Responsibility, nor my priority. And then Malter will be like, yeah, we get it. You're a big, tough guy, sure. Okay, and then at that point, this event is going to activate through on, move right, go transparent, wait for completion. We are going to turn on the self switch. Then we are going to fade out the screen. We are going to add Quartus as our fourth party member. We are going to gather the followers, and then we are going to fade in the screen. Okay. And then if you try to leave, while Quartus is in the party, 1, 2, 3, 4, then you move down 4 spaces. And Quartus will say, I am not leaving until I have secured more Promethium. Okay. I think that works. Okay. So, let's actually advance our test save now. Okay. We save. And to reach chill, just follow the road. Be careful, monsters lurk in the snowy wilderness. Right. I had tested... I had turned that sign into a teleportation point in order to look at the town I built last time. Okay, we really don't need that. Okay. So what is it that you say? Be careful out there, you'll need a guide to safely cross some of the more dangerous parts of the tundra. You can hire guides in the town, you'll just follow the road. Okay. Good. To reach Chill, just follow the road. Be careful, monsters lurk in the snowy wilderness. So, first thing I want to do is check and make sure that the barrier to the fissure is functional. Okay. It's dangerous past here. Nobody goes in except for Quartus. It's dangerous past here. Nobody goes in except for Quartus. Okay. So, notes. Fix the fissure entry guard spot. Because I wanted that to activate, like, another position in. That's fine. Alright. So let's take the road. We're not going to go walk through walls, but we are going to go sprint. Honestly, we can just turn on always dash. There we go. Finish decorating around Tundra Lake. That's another thing on the to-do list. Just keep following the road. It starts to get more scuffed. We get to civilization. Well, it's been fun, you two, but I have to go check in at the local Pepsi branch. They get worried if they don't hear from you for too long. You're leaving already? I got my own life, too. Okay, so Malter takes off. There we go. Perfect. So the Quartus event should not activate. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. Leave me alone. I am preparing to go help fix things at the Pepsi shop. Everything in this place breaks so easily, and not a single tech priest or servitor in sight to fix them. Okay, so this is Quartus's, like, home/workshop. That works fine. Access to the furnaces is prohibited to regular folk. It's dangerous down there. We're making sure that everything is set the way it should be for before the Prometheum. Honestly, there isn't much I can do until we get more fuel for the furnaces. Looking to do some damage. Okay, you spell the cutter and the spring cap gun. Good. Did I ever do the pyramid on this save? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Oh! There's the hidden chest someone wanted me to add behind the roofs. The bathhouse. Baths are currently unavailable. Again, because there's not fuel to heat them. Welcome. Change armor shop pre-Prometheum options. The armor shop isn't supposed to be selling all of this just yet. It's only supposed to be selling some of that until you get the Prometheum. Still, oh, no, I'm wrong. This is working right. Right, because it's body and head. Okay. So we're gonna buy those for Thatcher, and we're gonna buy these for Malter when we get him back. This is the magic shop. That's fine. Let's actually go ahead and buy this. I'm no dragon slayer, but I know how to scavenge when I happen across a dead one. I have some dragon bones for sale for 2,000 bottle caps if you're interested. Yes. Bought some dragon bones. They're reacting to Ryu's presence. Ryu's scales and claws have grown stronger. Thank you very much for your business. So Ryu is now at Dragon Claws and Dragon Scales +3. One from the top of the mountain, one from that I just bought here, and the last one from the pyramid. So his stats are looking pretty damn good. You can have one or the other for 200 bottle caps. Tell me about the spells. The spells I offer are identical in power to your Firebolt. They simply deal damage of a different element. I will buy the Scroll of Lightning Bolt. Thank you for your business, dearie. Keep an eye out for others like me on your journey. We always have new spells to offer the budding magic users of the world. Good. Scroll, Lightning Bolt. So Thatcher should now know Lightning Bolt. That's good. Okay. Yes. That is functional. Oh. Thatcher, yes. We're going to put on the Yeti hide hood, the Yeti hide coat. And okay. Yeah, that's all fine. We can sell our old knife, our old cat bow. We can sell basically everything that's not named gilded. Which does give me enough for sorcerer's gloves. I think I'm better off with warrior gloves, though, for Malter. Crafting. With the furnaces in town running so low, a lot of our usual services have had to be scaled back. My do-it-yourself crafting facility was unfortunately labeled as non-essential, so I hope that things go back to normal soon. Okay, that is working as intended. This person isn't paying any attention. They seem to not notice you, or maybe they just don't care. Person isn't paying attention, seem not to notice you, or maybe just don't care. My job to keep this town safe. Not that Quartus doesn't do a good job himself, it's just that sometimes he doesn't seem to care about some things. Things are quiet in town lately. Quiet and cold. I hope they heat up soon. Want a drink? NPCs are working as they should. That's fine. Be careful not to fall into any of the vents around town. The steam tunnels are very dangerous. Hello there, Mihao! I am doing my final round of testing for the prefixed state of this town. Don't mind the laborers. They tend to get wrapped up in their drinking. Good. That works. Decoration is a little sparse, but it's functional. Town looks good. Alright, then let's advance the story with the Pepsi shop. Where the heck have you been? It's been days! I was out trying to spread the good word, you know? Drum up business, sell the bottles, and all that good stuff. Are you anywhere close to finishing this game? Definitely not. I have... If you start this... Once I finish this whole snowy section, I'm going to put out the next publicly available version of everything that I currently have finished. If you were to take that version, play it, and explore all the content in it, there's probably less than 3 hours, 4 at most. Actually, no, by the time I'm done, probably somewhere close to 4 hours of total content that will be finished by the time I'm done with the snowy area. So, you know, it's coming along, but the whole point of it is that this is a community project. So what I do is I take suggestions that people have for the game, and I do my best to integrate as many of those ideas as I can. Everything in here, all these things in the to-do lists, basically all of these things have been suggested by other people, by my viewers, and honestly, I think it's really fun. Like, it's really tested my skill to try and integrate people's ideas cohesively and, you know, have them actually be functional. And Nebfer, I do not think that is a fair thing to say at all. I am definitely going to be done before Star Citizen is. That's not even a question. And I will have done it at an infinitesimal fraction of the cost. We've got big problems, Malter. The Pepsi portation grid has gone down. What? When? How? Without the city furnaces running at full power, the grid just didn't have enough juice to keep itself going. The whole network collapsed. Sounds like I'm about to get a rather tedious assignment. Darn right, it's supposed to be your job to keep an eye on the grid. Corporate wants you to go around and fix up the terminals so the Pepsi can flow freely once more. Well, I suppose somebody has to do it. Might as well get started. You know what? Let's go full screen for our testing. Okay, so Malter goes in there. Sounds like Malter could use a hand. You want the good stuff, right? I only offer the very best. Bottle of Pepsi, Pepsi Monster, Crystal Pepsi, an edible crystal formed from congealed Pepsi. That one makes me smile, because you probably could make an actual Crystal Pepsi. And they also sell Pepsi Topaz and Pepsi Lactose, a rare bottle of vintage Pepsi that was designed to appeal to cat people. It was not received well. This shop design sucks, but whatever. Here's the entrance to the grid. Malter! Huh? Oh, it's you. Sounds like you've got quite the task ahead of you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to visit every major town in the world and recalibrate these darn things. That does sound pretty bad. Well, it ain't gonna be any fun, that's for sure. If you're going to be journeying anyway, you might as well continue with us. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Either of you ever recalibrated a transdimensional void rift before? Would you believe me if I said yes? No, I would not. Dang. Basically, this magic circle connects to a giant void that lies outside the normal world. Using that void, we can transport people and objects long distances in a fraction of the time. But it takes a lot of energy to keep them working properly, and this one fell out of sync with the network and the whole thing fell apart. So I've got to go in there and fix this one and every other terminal in other towns to get them working again. So what do we have to do? Just head into the grid and I'll tell you what we need to do. Alright, Maltermite has joined you again. Alright, I want to check my switches. Okay, so the orb is not on, so that's fine. Enter the Pepsi portation grid, yes. Basically, we just need to find a big glowing blue orb and bring it back to this spot. And here is a teleport dungeon, which I have already completely forgotten the way through. But I'm sure a way exists. Okay. We're just going to approach this very methodically. Okay. Nope. Alright, let's try this one. Nope. How about this one? How about this one? Nope. Okay, how about this one? Ah, there we go. You found the magical orb. Alright, sleep well, Meow. Thanks for stopping by. Pretty sure this helps shortcut us back home. Alright, just give me a second here and I should have this all fixed up. Alright, that should do it. This part of the Pepsi portation grid should be working again. Okay. So, I'm actually going to drop another save real quick. Because if this doesn't work, I don't know if all of my destination triggers are set properly. So I could end up kind of stuck somewhere. Alright, so now the Pepsi grid can be used for transportation. So this area lets you Pepsi port to chill. Over here, you can just walk into the void. Okay, alright, that's not a good. Okay, we're gonna have to make a note of that. Stop walking into voids. So this part of the grid is not functioning. Phew, finally got this side working again. Coulter? Malter? What are you doing here? The bigwigs gave me the job of getting the Pepsi portation grid back in working order. Oof, I do not envy you. Hey, tell me about it. Well, if it helps, I was able to get the Spiretown link up and running already. You should be able to instantly travel back and forth between Spiretown and Chill. That's excellent, thanks for that. Best of luck. Okay, so the Spiretown should take me there. Very nice. Oh, right, we have Malter back in the party. So you get your stuff. You're also going to get some warrior gloves. What do those do? Increase speed and luck? Sure, you can have those for lack of anything better. These are the exposition books. The book is titled Chill. Do you want to read it? As you progress through the game, more and more books appear to provide a little bit of flavor to the world. The isolated snowy town of Chill is, despite initial appearances, an industrial powerhouse, regularly producing goods at a quantity and quality unsurpassed in most regions of the world. This is seemingly achieved by their unique access to a potent fuel source that lets their furnaces and crucibles run at truly hellish temperatures, as well as the careful craftsmanship and guidance of the city's mysterious, seemingly immortal giant benefactor, the man known as Quartus. At the time of writing this, Quartus has lived in Chill for over 200 years, and this fact has been thoroughly documented and confirmed by multiple sources. And this is the Great Tundra. The snowfields beyond the mountains east of Spiretown are desolate and empty. The constant snow frequently renders most of the area unrecognizable, covering landmarks and obscuring the sky. A team of hardy, dedicated pathmakers maintains a rudimentary road, keep it passable and free of danger. Beyond that road, however, that one needs a little bit of editing. Slight editing on Great Tundra book. Beyond that road, however, the area is deadly and full of hungry beasts. Only the most skilled of guides can navigate the furthest reaches safely. And this is the Howling Peaks. The Wolfmen and their lesser kin, the Cliff Wolves, live in the snowy mountain ranges north and east of Spiretown. Here they have lived in relative isolation for centuries, rarely seeking interaction with the world beyond their frigid peaks and frozen caverns. Though the Wolfmen will make use of tools, clothing, and other possessions they find or take, they seem to have no ability or interest in creating things on their own. The true scope of their intellect is the subject of ongoing debate. If you are traveling through the mountains, be on guard for ambushes by these enigmatic creatures and their vicious bestial kin. Okay, that's working. And this should take us back to the Spiretown side of the Pepsi grid. It does. So let's go fix. Hello there, Silver. Welcome to the stream. We're just unlocking some fast travel points through the Pepsi grid. That's right, Silver. It's Spiretown. Oh, that's right! I have my auto win battles on. Remember, that was a feature people wanted me to add, where you automatically win battles that you're over-leveled for. Well, that was easy. Okay, this is the town of Glarf. The sale of Pepsi here has been sanctioned by the Alter-ite Association. That's good to know. Alright, let's fix the Pepsi grid. And due to an unfortunate accident, it takes you to Coketown. Nah. Okay, so here we have another teleportation maze puzzle. This time it's all basically a single platform. So it's all just about finding the one that takes you to the middle. This one? This one? This one? Okay, what about this one? My friends convinced me to try Marvel Rivals, so I'm here until that finishes downloading. Well, I'm very pleased that you decided to rely on me to entertain you while that happens. I appreciate it. I hope that you have a great time with that game. I know nothing about it. You found the magical orb. Okay. Whoops. Alright, just give me a second here and I should have this all fixed up. Alright, that should do it. This part of the Pepsi portation grid is working again. We need to turn off the BGS... turn off BGS entering Glarf from Pepsi Grid. Oh, I got penance from doing some polls on the new standard bander yesterday and got that super pretty skin you reviewed yesterday. Oh, that's fantastic! Congratulations! Alright, there is Glarf. Is the Glarf Pepsi portation working? Glarf Pepsi portation is working. The fast travel dimension is functioning exactly how I wanted it to. That's perfect. All right. Oh, yeah, another thing. Add a text notice when auto-defeating enemies. Otherwise, people may forget that they have the auto-defeat on and might be confused as to why all their fights are just ending immediately. Okay. Now, let's go check out Quartus. Does the Quartus event function the way I want it to, now that we have Malter Might in the party? Leave me alone. I am preparing to go help fix things at the Pepsi shop. I've already fixed the Pepsi portation grid here. Okay. Direction fix to Quartus 2. Truly? Ah, thank you. That place is difficult for someone my size to navigate. Just doing my job. I am Quartus Castius, neophyte of the Salamander's 10th Company. I must be on my way to my next task as well. I must retrieve more promethium for the furnaces. Promethium? What's that? It is a fuel used in the furnaces that power this town. Without it, this city cannot maintain its industry efficiently. Do you need any help? I can't let such a handsome man out of my sight. I should think not. You are small and weak. You would only get in my way. Okay, and then it freezes there. Direction fix the Quartus through on Quartus. Alright, let's start fixing the things that need to be fixed. First off, Quartus 2, we start with direction fix on. And then Quartus isn't able to walk through the other event down there. So that is now fixed. Add a text notice when auto-defeating enemies. So we're going to have to add this. Enemies are automatically defeated. What's the item that you use to do that? It's okay. This is going to be the auto win tablet automatically defeats the enemies. Hold on. Your enemies, the enemies are significantly weaker than the party. The auto-win tablet automatically defeats the enemies. Okay. So now we are going to add this to every single auto-win event, just so that people will be able to be like, oh, that's why that happened. Crab battle, that's fine. Duh egg. Mimics. Crab plus mimics. Worm boss, malter. The pyramid events do not have any of those conditions active. The mountain events with all of those enemies. Oh my god, I've been streaming for less than 2 hours. I've gotten so much done. Okay. So now the auto clears have been added to all of those. Turn off the BGS when entering Glarf from the Pepsi grid. Yes, that is important. Fade out the BGS. No, that should be fading out the BGS. I think it just really isn't getting there when you exit into it from the Glarf grid. Town ints. Fade out BGS over 1 second. Feel like I may have derailed this entire game, but I have no regrets. Silver, I appreciate it. I want people to throw crazy ideas out. Like, this, I would not have nearly as much fun working on this game and thinking about this game and planning this game if I didn't have to integrate, like, crazy stuff. Like, Silver, I don't think you were here last time, but it was suggested to build a town with a graveyard. This is what I built last stream. It's half a town. I don't even know how you get to this town yet. I don't even know where this town is yet. But it wouldn't be here if it hadn't been suggested by someone. And I had so much fun building it. And I think it turned out beautiful. Okay, so that is the Glarf grid. Now we have to fix some stuff here in Spire Town, specifically the information services. The Great Tundra book. Wait, do I have one for the fissure? Yes, I do. Okay, it's just active after you get the Promethium. Desolate and Instant Constant Glow. Okay. Dedicate Pathmakers maintain a rudimentary road, keeping it passable and free of danger. Perfect. And also, I freaking love Spire Town. Spire Town inspired so much of how this world is structured, and I'm so happy to have it. Okay, this is the other one. I'm pretty sure I spelled appearances wrong. There we go. I knew that didn't look right to my eyes. Fixed. A secret boss necromancer in the Graveyard Town through an optional quest. Someone else is already ahead of you. Where you can dig graves, and one of them leads to a... All right, so these are the two big ideas that I integrated for the graveyard. One of them was to have a town that's being attacked by a false hydra, which is an enemy that erases people's memories of its victims. So if you have a place that's being attacked by a false hydra, they won't even know it's happening. But a graveyard map you can learn about from a holy city where you can get like a priest and holy magic and stuff where you can dig graves, and one of them leads to a lich and undead and cool magic stuff and loot, including a powerful necrotic spell, but it's hard to get unless you have anti-undead stuff, and an enemy inflicts mortified, which has a hit % reduction and physical damage reduction. False Hydra Town, maybe get a party member after defeating the Hydra, who has definitely always been there, but you just forgot. So, yeah. The slight editing there. Okay, now we have to stop from walking into voids. So, dungeon. Tile sets, dungeon... Okay, the void is supposed to be impassable. Okay, that's overworld. I'm using overworld there. And in overworld, the default empty square is passable. That's why I was able to walk into it, and that is now fixed. Perfect. Stop walking into voids. An old man named Mr. Bone should give a hint as to which grave to dig. Alright, that is now added. An old man named Mr. Bones gives a hint about which grave to dig. Okay. Perfect. That's in the game now. Or will be in the future. Fix the armor shop. Yes, I needed to check the armor shop. Now that the furnaces are back to full... Okay, so I was right. Armor shop is working fine. Fix the fissure entry guard spot. This is why I take notes, because I had already forgotten that that was something I needed to fix. Okay. There we go. And last thing to fix is finish decorating around the Tundra Lake. Okay, I can knock that out real quick. Sure. We'll just add a bunch of this. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that. And just add a few little decorations, little bits of snow-covered plants. Maybe a couple bigger ones. Some rocks near the road. That's fine. A little bit of snowdrift just for a little texture. After the false Hydra quest, it turns out he was a hallucination and everyone just forgot he died. Ooh, okay. Hold on. We've been getting ideas. He says, I'm a doctor, not a gravekeeper. Mr. Bones being the final boss as his main objective is to claim the souls of those who pass his test. The grave to dig is Mr. Bones' old grave. Oh, that's good. The grave you dig up is Mr. Bones' grave. And Mr. Bones is a collective hallucination. And everybody forgot he died. I love that. I love that. I can definitely put that all into into a workable state. That is perfect. Okay. So that decorates that a little more. Add a little bit more of like the snow flurry here. There we go. Okay. So again, this whole area is just kind of sparse. It's really meant to be pretty empty. So all of that is done. Now let's go back in and resume our testing with the Quartus activation event. Okay. Leave me alone. I'm preparing to help fix things. Yes. Okay. Quartus Costius, neophyte of the Salamander's 10th Company. Okay, we get out of his way. The nerve of that man. Okay. That's good. And does this allow me entry to the fissure? Let's just fast walk over. We can also look... Oh, yeah, that looks much better. Look at that. Right around the lake. That feels much more complete. This whole area is pretty sparse. I'm not crazy about it, but it's at least serviceable for now. Okay, this works. Quartus passed through here just a short while ago. If you were with him, it should be alright for you to pass. Okay, both of those entry points are off. Now, let's check this. Quartus activated. There we go. And it's dangerous pass here. Nobody goes in except for Quartus. Perfect. Okay. That functions. Go back to Quartus. Snowy levels are some of my favorite in games. And we go down to the fissure. We're going to drop a save here because the next area we're going to build and test is the fissure. Welcome to the fissure. What are you doing here? Why have you followed me? Whoa, calm down there, man. We're just trying to give you a hand. I do not require your assistance, nor do I believe you are capable of providing it. Ah, come on. This place seems pretty dangerous. Surely we can be safer together. Do as you wish, but be aware that your lives are not my responsibility nor my priority. Quartus is a space marine, specifically from the Salamanders. Somehow he got trapped on this world and he's been here around 4 centuries. And using his knowledge and skill, he's the one who helped raise up the city of Chill into an industrial, powerhouse. And he uses promethium from his crash supplies. Yep, from Warhammer. Promethium from his crash supplies are what are used to power the furnaces in the town. Yeah, we get it. You're a big, tough guy, sure. I don't know too much about it. You know what? I barely do either. But the important thing is that our 4th team member is a level 40 Space Marine with over 7,400 HP, and whose stats are nearly 750, who's carrying a bolt pistol, Imperator armor, and a facsimile helmet. He will kill everything in one hit. I also don't really have anything moves for him. Hello there, War General. Yes, it is for the Emperor. And then you get to explore this dungeon. Does Quartus take damage walking on lava? He does. I do not want him to take damage from walking on lava. Don't worry. I actually legitimately have real ideas about how to actually balance all of this as the game moves forward. Imperator armor, and we are going to add a special flag. Hold on. Where is the SP parameter? Floor damage, 0%. Quartus takes no damage from walking on the ground. But I thought I gave Quartus a skill. Yeah, I gave him Flamer, but I'm not seeing Flamer. Flamer is counted as special. Skill type, special. No. I want it to be tactics. Tactics is what Flamer is. There we go. Now we'll actually be able to see that. Okay. Let's make sure he's not taking floor damage, and then we're going to start working on some of the fights. Okay. Flamer deals heavy fire damage to all enemies. And he should have taken no damage. He did not take any damage, but everyone else still did. By the way, Quill, do you know Space Marine from Salamander has cold dark skin color, flaming red eyes, despite being the nicest people in the whole Imperium of Man? I did know that. And that is why I have attempted to recreate that as best as I can with his design. Unfortunately, full-blown Imperator space armor is not in the default assets of RPG Maker. I don't know why. So my headcanon is that, like, his helmet got lost at some point. So he did have to make his own helmet. But the armor he's been able to keep and maintain. Besides, we all know that if a Space Marine doesn't have, or if a Space Marine has a helmet, they're screwed. If you want to stay alive in the Warhammer universe, take off the damn helmet. People have to see your face. That's the only way you have a chance. That's just good logic right there. Okay, so Prometheum, right. Okay, so we need the event now where you get the Prometheum. And then after I finish designing that, then we will start designing the enemies. I mean, like, from birth, those guys just have flaming red eyes. Do they? Do the Salamanders recruit from a world whose people have those physical characteristics? Ooh, I love that silver. Brilliant idea. Really hot rock. Can't kill it. don't have to kill it, but if you damage it, it hurts you back. That is brilliant. Okay, so we need some kind of an event here to get the Promethium. Can I have like an open box? Is there like a version of this that's open? Not really. Okay. Is there any spot that's only accessible from a single angle? I can make this one accessible from only a single angle. That won't actually be too difficult. And just so that doesn't look out of place, we will add a couple more. There we go. Call it Pompeii. Got it. Call it Pompeii. Understood. That should not be too hard to create. All right, Silver, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your suggestions. And thank you so much for being the force that led to the greatness of Spiretown. I drink the last of my now cold coffee in your honor. It's quite unpleasant. Dungeon tile set. D passage. Okay, that's fine. That's working. So we're going to have something here that's kind of like glowy. So this works as a glowy. And erase all of that. And it's going to be red in color. Unless I can see a better option for it. Which I probably can't, but just want to be sure. Switches, doors. I don't know why that rock is in the doors category. Okay, no, that'll work fine. All right, so this is going to be the event Quartus. So I actually have a really cool idea for how this dungeon is going to work. And it's one that I have been very careful not to share yet. So here is how it's going to go. When you go into the fissure, Quartus joins your party, but he does make it clear you're not his priority, your lives are not his responsibility. You're tagging along with him. He is really not joining you. You go through the fissure dungeon. Everything you fight is a joke. He kills everything in one hit. He's getting like 3 or 4 actions for every 1 action your guys are getting. He is absolutely broken, busted, unkillable, untouchable. You steamroll through this dungeon. The only hard part is navigating it. Then you get the Promethium, and then Quartus leaves you behind. Quartus prioritizes getting the Prometheum back to town over getting you out of here safely. That is not his job. That is not his concern. So the challenge of the dungeon is not reaching your objective, it's getting back out. Because now you have to fight your way back out through the fissure without Quartus in your party. And that is the gimmick of this dungeon. Okay, so we're going to need stepping through direction fix. So I think the first thing we want to do is fade out the screen. We are going to move the player one spot to the right and turn left. I remember you mentioning this a few weeks ago. Never mind, I have mentioned it. Because I am a genius. Okay. And then... change player followers to off. Set the movement route for this event to move right, turn left, direction fix off, stepping off. No, we need those to happen first. Walking animation on stepping off, direction fix off, through can stay on. Move right, move left. Change the image to Quartus. Actually, that should probably go first. We don't need to wait for this event to complete. We are also going to have Quartus leave the party at this point. And we're going to turn on the switch for Prometheum scene. That's good dialogue. That's good dialogue, War General. I like that. We're going to use that or a variation of it. Forgive me, loyal adventurer, but you are strong enough to fend for yourself, and I must return to town as swiftly as possible to get the furnaces running. May our paths cross again. I'm not going to have him apologize because I really don't think he will have felt he's done anything wrong or inappropriate, honestly. I don't just want to have him run through a wall. So, Quartus is going to be here. Player's going to be here. This is going to be Malter. And this is going to be Thatcher. Okay. Prometheum scene on. Then we fade back in. And we have Quartus. Like, yes, this is it. And it will say Quartus grabs a large... Nah, I don't need to describe what it does. Alright, let's see if I missed anything before we continue that event. Okay. Quartus! Yeah. Cool. Okay, there's the glowy. Okay, so Quartus did not actually move... Oh, no, he did move to the right, but then he moved left. He needed to turn left. Since he's a salamander, he would, because in the eyes of the salamander, he's leaving people of the Imperium to fend for themselves and hope that the Emperor protect their journey. Yeah, but on the way in, like, he's seen that these people are not, like, actively incompetent. Like, from his point of view, like, when we join him and he goes in here, he figures that we're just, like, you know, a pack of civilians, and us going with him is completely stupid and irresponsible and useless. But by the time we've gotten here, we've been through several battles, he's like, oh, no, these people are actually competent. It's like if he's like, oh, these 3 people I was with who I thought were civilians are actually, like, guardsmen. They're actually trained, they're equipped, they're able to fight. One of them is clearly a psyker, and one of them also appears to be some kind of abhuman with very significant power, or, I don't know, maybe some kind of animal. He's like, okay, I could leave them and they would be fine. They will be inconvenienced if they have to leave, but it's not going to be, like, it's not a death sentence. He's not leaving them to die. He's leaving them to get out of it. You know? Like, he knows that if he's not there for the exfiltration, they're gonna be fine. It's just gonna be inconvenient for them. And I think that's appropriate. Like, you know, if a salamander stumbled upon, like, a couple of guardsmen and they had to go to achieve an objective, and then the objective was done, and the salamander had somewhere else he had to be, but, you know, like, the way out of wherever they were has, like, I don't know, like, a few small tyrannids or, like, a couple goblins or something on the way out. Yeah, the salamander's probably not going to worry too much about, like, you know, a couple of guardsmen can handle that. That's not actually a threat to them, assuming that they're competent and they pay attention and they know what they're doing. I mean, it's definitely gonna piss off the party, but I don't know. I don't want Quartus to be an asshole, but at the same time, like, he doesn't need the help. He didn't ask for the help. He actively dissuaded the help. I could change the encounter rate on the way out. I think so. Yes, this is it. Okay, so everything is set up. That looks good. Is change encounter rate actually a possibility? I can disable or disable. That would be a bit difficult. I'm not actually sure how I could do that. The only way I can really think of to do that is to make a complete duplicate of the map with a lower encounter rate, which can be done. I mean, I could do it, but then for every like treasure chest I put in here, instead of a self switch, I would have to apply like a regular switch to it so that it would be consistent across both parts, across both maps. So it's doable, and it wouldn't even take a lot of time to do. I mean, you're saying it's a nightmare, but realistically, once the map is actually finished and once like all the treasures are placed, uh, it would literally be as easy as saying copy and then paste. It would genuinely be that simple. So I can legitimately do that, and it's barely going to take any effort at all. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a significantly lower encounter rate on your way out. So for now, let's keep working on the Prometheum event. Also, did you know that Space Marine bolter guns pierce through enemy armor and explode from the inside? Yes, I did know that. They are explosive. They are explosive. They are super high caliber rounds, which are fired at extremely high velocity, and on top of the default firing mechanism are also rocket propelled and have explosive warheads. Uh, like realistically in the media, like it's common to see someone like, you know, like someone shoot by a bolter and like, you know, their head explodes. No, these things should not be exploding heads. They should be exploding heads and most of the upper torso. Like the amount of damage that a bolter could realistically do is insane. Like one bolter round canonically would probably, if you shot it at an elephant, cause the elephant to explode. They are honestly horrifyingly powerful in lore, which I always thought is very interesting. Because in gameplay terms, you can't actually make them that powerful, or, well, something like 40k is super difficult to actually create a balance in your gameplay the way that you get with your lore. Which, you know, that's understandable. That's just part of the process of something like that. You know. But I will always be an Imperial Guard apologist. I maintain that the guardsmen are as well trained and well equipped as any of the elite forces in the modern military, and that their laser guns are ridiculously powerful, ridiculously reliable, and I maintain that 99.99% of all threats to the Imperium are easily and swiftly and effortlessly handled by a las gun. And all the stories we hear about are exclusively from that 0.001%. All right. Yes, this is it. So then we're going to have a bubble icon on player. Wait for completion. Not exclamation. It's going to be question. These two events, we're going to have through turned on them. I take lore and settings very, Very seriously. Yeah, those who shit talk the lasgun is a heretic. Yeah. they they are stupidly powerful. Okay, yes, this is it. Then we will have event Cordis turn right. And he will say, this is the Prometheum. A little of this will have the furnaces in chill. Burning like stars for another decade. Okay. And Thatcher will say, a whole decade? From just that? And he will say, at the least, I estimate. And then Cordis will have another line. And he will say, I admit I underestimated your abilities. You are not the you are not the helpless folk I took you for. Okay. And Malter will reply to that, and he'll be like, are you kidding? You're stronger than 100 of us. And Cordis will be like, I should hope so. And then he'll say that he's leaving. Like, but I must depart immediately. The longer the furnaces run cold, the more damage is done to the city infrastructure. Even minutes count. And okay, that's when he's going to like walk toward you. So Thatcher moves up, Malter moves up and over, player moves right and up. Okay. Okay. It's fine. So movement route, Thatcher, move up, turn down. Do not wait for completion. Malter, move up, move right, turn left, do not wait for completion. And then player, move right, move up, turn down, wait for do not wait for completion. And event Quartus moves right, right, wait for completion. So all of these should be on normal speed, high frequency movement. And I think that will keep them synchronized. Okay. Normal, go. All right, this kind of synchronized movement is usually a bit difficult to organize. Okay. Right. Okay, that's the door. What the... I can walk straight through this. I'm not even in debug walk. Oh! Oh, it's this... Okay, yeah, there's a lot of tile set fixing I have to do there. Yes, this is it. This is the Prometheum. A little of this will have the furnaces and chill burning like stars for another decade. A whole decade from just that? At the least, I estimate. I admit I underestimated your abilities. You are not the helpless folk I took you for. Are you kidding? You're stronger than 100 of us. I should hope so. But I must depart immediately. The longer the furnaces run cold, the more damage is done to the city infrastructure. Even minutes count. Oh, that's perfect! Okay, everyone moved exactly the way I wanted them to. That was beautiful. That was absolutely perfect. Okay. Alright, let's fix the tile sets here. I think the real problem is just, like, all of this, sci-fi stuff that I have not, properly, that I haven't properly marked down. We gotta make these things impassable. That's okay, though. I knew that this was going to happen eventually. Eventually, I was always going to have to go through here and mark off these things. I think star is passable under the tile, which I do want here, 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 here. The top of the bus, the top of the truck. Okay. Those are all off, 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 pass, off, 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 pass, off, 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 off. That's fine. That's a star. Off, 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 off. Off, off, pass, pass, off, 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 off. And windows. We don't want anyone walking through windows. So just turn off the passage of all those. That's fine. And then passage directions. Just like that. The ladders, you can only go certain directions. Actually, at the bottom of the ladder, you can go whatever direction you want. There we go. Nets. Okay. So that should solve that problem. Okay. That is the Prometheum Get event. Just need a little bit more. Now I want a map of a broken ship and a massive crater left by the ship crashing, and just, it's the ship from Warhammer. So, my headcanon is that this is actually what remains from the shuttle that Quartus was on. That it basically just buried itself into the ground, caused a lot of geothermal issues, which is why this area is like a giant fissure. The impact actually opened up geothermal activity and created the fissure. And Quartus basically had to like dig himself out of the crashed ship. And that's why there's like tech stuff in here, and that's why there's like Prometheum in here. And lastly, there we go. I think that's what I was using for the floor. I mean, it's basically all headcanon until someone tells me to do otherwise. Okay, let's finish making this event. And after I finish making this event, I'm going to get up and walk around a little bit just to stretch my legs. And Thatcher's going to be like, wait, you're just leaving us? And at that point, we're going to have the balloon icon on the player. And then on Thatcher. And then on Malter. And that one we're going to wait for. The Thatcher exclamation we're also going to put here with a wait command. Finishing the quest earns you a copy of the Codex Astartes. And it's a one-time consumable that gives your character a permanent stat boost. I love it. I love it. Crest reward. Codex Astartes. Stat boost. You know, I could have a joke with it where after you read it, Thatcher would be like, That is the stupidest way I've ever read about organizing an army. Or, I don't know, I could have some kind of a commentary on it. Or I could just leave it. Wait, you're leaving us. And then Quartus turns up. And Quartus will say, forgive me, adventurers, but you are more than strong enough to fend for yourselves. And I must return as quickly as possible. May our paths cross again. Okay. So at this point, Quartus is standing here. So at this point, Quartus is going to change his speed to significantly faster, is going to jump. Are we going +1 or -1? He's here. Okay, X +2. He's going to go X +3. Along with a jump sound effect. Okay. Along with a jump sound effect, jump over there. So now from this point, they've gone 1, 2, 3. So they're here. So right, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And after they make the jump, everybody else is going to turn right. Including Malter and Thatcher. And then everyone's just going to be like, holy crap. But this time we don't wait on the last command. And Quartus, right, right. Up, 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 right, 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 right. Right, down, 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 down. Okay. One, two, three, four. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay. One, two, three. All right. So with these first 3 right commands, let's see where this goes. Okay. So we need to take away an up. Okay. So that is 3 away because it is not including the jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from that position, it does take him exactly where he needs to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That all works. And then at that point, we are going to turn the Prometheum GOT switch to on. And instead of a self-switch, we're going to run Prometheum Got, because everything here needs to run in a duplicate of the map as well. Okay, so that should function. And we'll just have them be like kind of amazed. And then a player not an exclamation. We'll have like a frustration. That's perfect. Wait for completion. And that's just going to be like, we got ditched. And Malter will be like, yep. Okay. And then at that point, we have Malter move left. And we have Thatcher move down. Okay. And we're going to add a Prometheum Got page to the end of these two so that they will disappear. So we're going to add the Prometheum Got trigger until later. So they both move, but we don't wait until the second move command is given. Then we fade out. We activate the Prometheum Got trigger. This is when we actually have a transfer to the copy of the map. But we're not going to put that in yet for testing purposes. So instead we're just going to put a comment for put the transfer here, so that that's easy enough to find. And then change player followers to on, gather followers, and then we need a fade in command. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Have we successfully finished the Prometheum Got event? Hello. All right. So let's actually walk through. No, we'll do the proper walk through the fissure after we do other stuff. Okay. There we go. We open the door. I love to imagine that every time we get a new party member, the team just show them the codex and give them just a stat boost at a moment's notice. Okay, the fade in is a little quick there. So we're going to add a wait command on this one as well. That should stop that tiny blip of movement from being noticeable. Alright. Yada, 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 yada. Alright, come on, Quartus. We're going to walk through the walls. Alright, so let's make sure we can't walk through anything here we're not supposed to be able to walk through. Honestly, it all seems pretty solid. That works the way I want it to. Yes, this is it. This is the Prometheum. A little of this will have the furnaces and chill burning like stars for another decade. A whole decade from just that? At the least, I estimate. I admit I underestimated your abilities. You are not the helpless folk I took you for. Are you kidding? You're stronger than 100 of us. I should hope so. But I must depart immediately. The longer the furnaces run cold, the more damage is done to the city infrastructure. Even minutes count. Wait, you're just leaving us? Forgive me, adventurers, but you are more than strong enough to fend for yourselves, and I must return as quickly as possible. May our paths cross again. We got ditched. Yep. Beautiful! Absolutely beautiful! Alright, and then you have to fight your way out. After we left in decades last, the fire died down. There's no more fool. The city is just fucked. I mean, it'll be fine. Realistically, there's enough here to keep the furnaces... Like, my headcanon is that there's enough here to keep the city furnaces burning at full power for, like, another couple centuries. And that is more than enough time for them to recognize that there is, like, a shortage coming and to adjust their economy. Okay, that works. Last thing I need to test is trying to exit with Quartus. I am not leaving until I have secured more Prometheum. Okay. That works. That absolutely works. Okay. So the last thing really is just creating monsters for in here. A few more flavor NPCs. I mean, to be fair, War General, we don't actually have proof that Prometheum isn't just oil. It's extremely vague what Prometheum is, or how exactly it functions, and may in fact just be an in-universe term used to refer to any number of different types of fuel. So create enemies for the tundra, create enemies for in here. I can also add a few spots in here where you can get, like, bottle cap ore. What the hell would bottle cap ore even look like? This. Bottle cap ore looks like this. Okay. So we're going to add fissure bottle cap ore 01. Fissure bottle cap ore 02. And fissure bottle cap ore 03. So we'll have 3 instances of bottle cap ore that you can get here in town. And when you interact with this, it will play a sound effect, an earth sound effect. Okay, that's fine. It'll play that sound effect. then it will turn on the switch for Fissure Bottle Cap Ore 01. And it will say, you mined some bottle cap ore. And bottle cap ore level 1. You mined some crude bottle cap ore. There we go. All right, so this is our first instance of getting crafting materials. So there's one there. We're going to put one there. And this, of course, is Fissure Bottle Cap Ore 2. And turns off with Fissure Bottle Cap Ore 2. And then a third instance, which we will put all the way up here. And this is Fissure Bottle Cap Ore 3. And, of course, it turns off with Fissure Bottle Cap Ore 3. Not bad. Okay, so we can get 3 pieces of bottle cap ore here for crafting. One of the enemies in here is a molten slime that I already designed, partially. And it has a 1 in 20 chance of dropping bubbling water, which is used for crafting. The other 2 items are beast hide. We can have beasts out in the tundra to get beast hides from. And then something to get flavor packets from. And I suppose that the Pompeii enemy can drop flavor packets. I want, like, another couple pieces of treasure here. One piece of treasure is up here, and you have to go through a really long path to get that. I want that to actually be, like, some kind of equipment. Okay, we don't need the first page. And this isn't going to be self-switches. This is just going to be like 1,500 bottle caps. So that's 1,500 bottle caps. What looks really good for a chest? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Okay. And not for self-switch. This is going to be Fissure Treasure Chest 01. And then there's also going to be Fissure Treasure Chest 02. And yeah, that's fine. We'll just have like 2 big treasure chests in here. Fissure Treasure Chest 01. And Fissure Treasure Chest 01, Fissure Treasure Chest 01. Okay, so I want some kind of equipment. I want something that you can find here. Some kind of, like, gear or armor. Let's see. The Ranger's suit is the most expensive regular piece of gear we have. No, we'll make it another piece of Pepsi. Yes, of course. And we're going to make it really, really good. This is Pepsi Magma. Why is the place called the Fissure again? I just think of it as like a fissure in the earth. A place of high geothermal activity in essentially like a thin canyon environment. It just fit. It sounded cool more than anything. A rare bottle of vintage Pepsi that was designed to be self-heating. Most of them exploded. There we go. Resists fire. It was a rare bottle of vintage Pepsi that was... self-heating. Most of them exploded. Resists fire. Damage. Okay. And this is going to make it so that fire damage is 50% reduced for Pepsi Magma. Oh, I thought it's like a Terran reality. Oh! I hadn't even thought about that, but honestly, that kind of fits. Calling it the Fissure could also sound like this is where something could have come out of the warp prematurely. You know, with those good old reliable Geller fields. Okay, so this is Pepsi Magma, which is all the way at the end here. And this rewards you a piece of armor, because Pepsi Magma is technically armor. Okay. You found a bottle of Pepsi Magma. Found a rare bottle of Pepsi Magma. Okay. And this is going to be Fissure Treasure Chest 02. Fissure Treasure Chest 02. Perfect. And Malter is going to comment on it. I ain't ever seen one of these. Only heard legends. Should make me pretty darn strong, though. Okay. And that really applies mostly to his cap flick ability more than anything else. We can also, since Malter's kind of like a hybrid character, we can also have these like increase his attack by a bit. And Pepsi Magma just gives a boost of 10. Dodging copyright claims like we in the Matrix. Absolutely. Okay. That should all be functional now. Let's give it a quick test. Okay. You mine some crude bottle cap ore, which gives me bottle cap ore level 1, low-grade raw bottle cap ore. Okay. So you can see the chest there, but not very clearly. So how much damage do we take to get it? Ryu is at 1,029 health right now. Found a rare bottle of Pepsi Magma. I ain't ever seen one of these, only heard the legends. Should make me pretty darn strong, though. And... damn the stats on that! A rare bottle of vintage Pepsi that was self-heating. Most of them exploded. Resists fire damage. More bozite! Okay. So, getting to the treasure chest and back as quickly as possible takes Ryu down. I mean, damn. That's a lot of freaking damage. We got some bottle cap ore. $1,500 bottle caps. We can go around. Found some crude bottle cap ore. That door sounds way too loud. And then the event works just the way it should. Okay. Okay, that's fine. And then when we leave, does the sound turn off like it should? Yes, it does. Okay. So the treasure chests in the fissure are now put in. We're going to have a very high encounter rate for this initially. We're going to make sure NPC in town specifically mentions looking for bottle cap ore in caves of all kinds as piles of silver rocks, something like that. Aluminum with 20% broads would make for some half-decent armor. True story. There was a time where aluminum was more highly valued than gold, because until more modern manufacturing methods were discovered, actually refining aluminum usefully was extremely challenging. Napoleon actually had a set of aluminum silverware among his most valuable possessions. And then we got better at refining it, and now, I mean, it's insane how much aluminum we can pull out of raw material. Yeah, that's why the Washington Monument is capped by an aluminum tip. Okay, you know what? I've been going for close to 3.5 hours now. I think I'm done. I've gotten so much done today. I was actually genuinely worried that I was not even going to get this much done. And at this point, the only thing I need to do is designing and balancing some monsters and then just adding in a few NPCs and a bit of dialogue. I can finish all of that off stream. That'll be fine. It'll probably take me less than 2 hours total to completely have the entire tundra area finished. And then I will add like someone in town who's waiting for the furnaces to get on. And then they'll be able to guide you through like a really like hard to pass area of the tundra. So yes. In less than 1 week, less than 1 week from today, I will have completely finished the tundra and the fissure section of this game. We will have it with the party leaving the tundra area to go to the next, I don't know, I guess the next part of the overworld, which I guess is down here somewhere. And yeah, once I have that done, I will spin up another public release for this and put that out. I'll make sure that I post when the next publicly available version of the community RPG is ready. So less than a week until an upgraded version is available for everyone to experience. And after that, we are going to be moving out of the snowy regions and into somewhere else. Maybe it'll be like the graveyard area. Maybe it'll be somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure yet. We do still need to get Ryu some more dragon shift forms. So I might do something, I don't know, like maybe on the way out you're like fighting a fire dragon or something. I don't know. Ryu still needs to unlock the red and yellow dragon shift forms. Actually, like a fight like that where you finish and unlock red dragon shifting would be a really cool way to cap off the entire tundra area. And that would let me justify not having like a fire-themed boss in the fissure, which is something that I was kind of thinking about. Okay, so I've got my plans. In less than a week, this whole area will be done. Another publicly available version will be left. We do have a community Discord now, which you can find on the link on this video, which now that I'm realizing it, since I copied the last one, the link probably doesn't work. I can fix that description later. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your ideas with me. This project is so goddamn fun for me to work on. Like, I fucking love doing this. This is so fun to me. It's so engaging. It's so relaxing. And trying to integrate people's ideas into this world and not just make them work mechanically, but within like the structure of the world itself and constantly like adapting it is so fun for me. I genuinely love doing it, and I love showing off what I can do with RPG Maker. I am not a programmer. I do not know any programming languages. I cannot code. I am not a raw asset designer. I can do some basic photoshopping, but I do not have the visual artistic skill to create new assets on my own. I am not a musician. I do not have the skill to create my own original pieces of music. But what I do have the skill to do is that when I am sit down in front of a system of tools and assets, I can shape them in wonderful ways. That is what I am good at. And I do not think it is being immodest to say that I am decently good at it. And I love being able to share that with people and using this as a way to connect with my community. So it really does mean a lot to me. And there's a channel on the Discord where you can always feel free to suggest ideas or have discussions about things that could be added to the project. I think I'm going to go eat a pizza now. That sounds like a wonderful thing to do. Honestly, this has been a fantastic week for me. This has been a fantastic week. I just feel satisfied. Thank you all so very, very, very much for watching. And I will see you all on the next one. And now it is time to make the sound to summon the end card. Wow, 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 wow.